All right, folks. God bless you guys. Welcome to This Is It 4321 Before the Fire. Let's just get to it. First thing, Richard Montbleu. He's currently getting all his statements stuff together. He wants to go to the police, give them everything he has. This has gotten really fascinating. Do y'all remember my truck was broken into on Wednesday? I think it was a Wednesday. We went to watch the movie They Live. There's some very, very, very strange things going on. My truck was rifled through. It looked like someone was looking for a weapon in my truck because the console was dumped out on the seat and on the floor. There was money that was in the console they didn't take. They didn't take medication. And then they left on the ground a thing that said "Let's Rock" next to a Chosen shirt. Very interesting. Now, let me play for you guys. Richard Montbleu, #1, is safe. Someone reached out to us after doing the videos. They contacted me. We vetted them, and then that person went and picked up Richard and got him to a place of safety. Thank God. This could have been unbelievably bad. It looks like there has to be other people involved, would be my guess. We've been just crunching our brains, trying to put different data points together, starting to build a timeline. The timeline is so strange. I'm going to show you some stuff. Let's look at Richard real quick. This is from today. I'm going to enlarge this. There you go. Super nice guy.
Guys, it's Rich Montbleu. It's September 23rd. I just want to do a quick check-in video.
Oh, sorry.
Putting together a detailed report for the police, and I'm going to be sending it to Jonathan so he can post it. I'm okay. I'm very comfortable with this home where I'm at, and I just want to let you guys know, including my family, that I'm good and well. Thanks very much. Guys, it's Rich Montbleu. It's September 23rd. I just want to do a quick check-in video. I'm putting together a detailed report for the police, and I'm going to be sending it to Jonathan so he can post it. I'm okay. I'm very comfortable with this home where I'm at, and I just want to let you guys know, including my family, that I'm good and well. Thanks very much.
All right, awesome. Praise God. Thank God. This could have gone. Did y'all hear the video where we recorded Richard telling us his story, how Jeff Pesca had taped him up, duct taped him, whatever, put a sock in his mouth and had driven him, I don't know, I guess heading south from wherever he was at towards, we were told San Diego. Anyway, he escaped. That audio file has been made public. I've been trying to make public every single thing I have. There's some stuff that has people's personal information that we've had to keep out. I'm going to play a couple things right now that I would like for you guys to get to hear. I want to show you guys some stuff that just does not add up. 6 months ago, Jeff Pesca started populating a channel on YouTube. That's Jeff Pesca's channel. The channel was formed in 2011. So from 2011 all the way up until just 6 months ago, there's nothing on the entire channel. No videos, no playlists, no nothing. But 6 months ago, he starts putting Jonathan Kleck playlists on there. And I'm going to show you the channel. Also, 6 months ago, he started another channel in, I believe, February 2023. I'm going to show it to you. And on that channel, he's got Richard Montbleu videos. That's just so strange. Why would you have a channel from 2011? You don't have anything on it, and then all of a sudden, 6 months ago, you start populating it with Jonathan Kleck videos. Let me just show you. Ready? Let's do it. Okay, so let's go. There's new stuff in the folder. I suggest you go listen to it all. Just go inform yourself on all the stuff. We've been documenting everything, keeping everything here we can get to you guys. This is the wellness check. This is the other wellness check. This one, let's see. This is, I think we had a. So we're recording this off another phone. We're having a really hard time emailing this or transferring it. So we're going to record it off this other phone. Go ahead.
Guys, it's Rich Montbleu. It's September.
Okay, yeah. So this one, Richard had sent us a file on the cell phone, and we couldn't get it into an email format. Just technology issues. We had the same problem with it yesterday, the one he did yesterday, but we managed to get it. So that's the one I just showed you. So this one right here, this is the one that was going to be our backup to make sure you guys got to see it. So then that says recorded from secondary phone. Then this is Richard Montbleu Wellness Check, the original. That's the one y'all just saw. And then this is the check-in, Johnny and Richard check-in afternoon, us talking. But let me show you this this stuff on the channels I'm talking about. Here you go. So here's Jeff Pesca YouTube channel 1, Jeff Michael Pesca right here. Jeff Michael Pesca YouTube 1 and Jeff Pesca. Now watch this. Let's go to the YouTube channel 1. This does not make sense to me. So it says 141 subscribers, 9 videos, and these are all Richard Montbleu videos right here. Okay, all these I believe are Richard's. I go to the playlists, and it has Jonathan Kleck playlists on it. But let's see, we go back and it says 4 months ago, 60 views. Okay, let me go backwards. But watch this. Let's go back to the videos. So look at this. 6 months ago, 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 6 months, 6 months. It's almost like this is staged. It's very strange. So now let me show you the other thing I find very strange. So here are the playlists. These are my videos that were put in there over the last 6 months. There's different dates on them, but these were stuck in this. Now let's go to when this channel was formed. Now see, look at this. This was joined in August 6, 2011. Okay, so if you started a channel August 6, 2011, so from 2011 up until just 6 months ago, you have nothing on the channel? And then 6 months ago, you have Jonathan Kleck playlists? And then you have Richard Montbleu videos added 6 months ago? That's very weird. Now watch this. Now let's go back. You know what? Let's just open another folder. We'll do them side by side. Then let's go back to the new channel now. And here's the new channel right here. Let's see. I'm sorry. Here we go. So here's the new channel, Jeff Pesca, channel number 2. Okay, so this is very odd. So it's got 6 videos. These are all Richard Montbleu videos. Look, 6 months ago. What's going on here? This is so weird. So 6 months ago, everything's 6 months ago. 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months ago. It's like it would. Why would you have 2 separate YouTube channels where one's from 2011 and you put Jonathan Kleck playlists on it? Then you start another one. It's Richard Montbleu videos only. There's no playlists on this one. Watch this. So there's no playlists, no channels, no. Oh, watch this. So y'all know Dave the Wave, right? Y'all know Dave Shadow. You know our big hefty buddy Dave the Wave. Okay, that does the does editing, helps archive all the stuff for the last however many years he's been doing it. Dave's just been around for a while helping out. Now watch this. Why would you have this for Dave Shadow? Look at this. Okay, what is this? Dave Shadow Tempesta. I mean, this is like this satanic, crazy, weird, I mean, just really weird stuff. I don't know what this stuff is. But anyway, it's there. It says Dave Shadow, but Dave the Wave. But then also you have in here, here's Richard Montbleu, Mark Dice. But here's Dave Shadow right here that helps out with our channel. And so this is Dave keeping track of the stuff we're working on, some of the stuff we're working on right now. 3 hours ago, these check-ins. So there's phone call, yeah, with, I think, let me make sure that there's no personal information on one of these. Just y'all hold on. Yeah, guys. So I'm talking to Dave the Wave on the phone right now. We want to make sure we don't put anyone's personal information up. That could be an issue. Hey, Dave, I'll call you back on the other video that you're sending me. Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, we're making sure we don't have anyone's personal information up because we just sent a check-in to one of the deputies that's assigned to this, and I think on the audio, Richard mentions the name of some family members, and I don't want that. I don't want the family to have to. I don't want to have that out there. Let me just say that. So I might be able to get that video for you guys, or it's an audio recording, and I might be able to play it for you. I'll probably have to do it tomorrow so you guys can hear it and then make sure that the section that's got any personal information on it is just not incorporated in the video that I'm going to produce for you guys. Okay, now there's a lot going on. Thank God, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, Richard Montbleu got out of the situation that he was in. This looks like it was a setup towards me. I talked to Richard. He said that Jeff Peska had told him, "Hey, I sent Jonathan a check," and then the following day he said I sent Jonathan another check, and then told him, "Oh, some nonsense about, oh, God said I'd get in touch with him and blah blah blah." You guys will get to hear this audio because everything we have we're putting out. But then a few days after that is when Jeff Peska abducted Richard after Jeff Peska had sent me 2 checks for $5,000 each. How crazy. My car was broken into in San Antonio just shortly before I think Jeff sent those checks out, or right after. I believe right after. We're building a timeline, like, we're a police department now. We're building timelines. Well, I want to know all the dates where everything happened because everything's adding up to look like some people are working together, possibly. Absolutely. So anyway, we're trying to get this all to the police department. We're trying to get Richard into the police department so he can give them all his information. So hopefully he can go over there with the police and they can look through his house. They can also go detain Jeff Peska. Jeff, if you're watching, why don't you just go over to the police and tell them everything you know? Why not? And then we'll let Richard go over and say everything he knows. And then everyone can ask me everything I know. And we'll figure everything out. Here's some other very strange stuff. The night that my car was broken into while we were at the movie They Live, when we came out from the movie, all the windows were smashed out of the right side of my truck. Let me show you something very odd. I've got some people looking into this. This is very weird as well. A friend of mine that used to be a trucker, he said, "No, this isn't right." When we came up, there is a truck. Let's see. I don't think Dave added the pictures. Let me call Dave. One moment. I'm going to go ahead and talk to people while you're adding those. Okay. So anyway, this is very odd. So when we walked out of the theater and I walked up to my side of the truck and opened the door, I looked in and all the stuff was out of my console. It was thrown on the seat and on the floor. And Corey had gone to the other side, to get in on the passenger side, or Zach had. And when they opened the door over there, when they got over there, all the glass was all over the ground and they had smashed out the passenger side windows, driver's window, passenger window, and camper window. And they had rifled through the car. The back seats were up, and they had opened, there's little areas under the back seat where you can store stuff. There was $500 in cash in the console. It wasn't taken. There was medication that was in the console that most people would have taken. It wasn't taken. It's like they were looking for a weapon or something. How weird. How weird. But when we came out and all this had happened, immediately I was concerned about the safety of Zach, Corey, myself, and anyone else, because somebody could just drive up and shoot everybody standing right there looking at all the glass on the ground. So we immediately established ourselves in a way where we were looking out, not just staring at the truck, but Zach and Corey with their backs to the truck looking around. And this is what was, there was an 18-wheeler cab parked looking right at us. Let's see, Dave. Okay. So Dave is adding those pictures. Let me show you the truck. I've had a couple people that worked in trucking analyze this truck. I actually took a picture of the marquee when we were going in. I was like, okay, Regal, they live 35th anniversary or whatever. And so that's what we were going to watch. And then this is what was on the ground. It said, "Let's Rock." This was conspicuously placed on the ground, and this shirt that says "The Chosen." And I was like, it's like they placed it there for us to see it. But let me show you this. Okay, here we go. So when I saw this truck, now this truck was just sitting there facing my vehicle. So my vehicle's like this, parked against the curb, looking at the street, and this 18-wheeler cab is over here just looking right at my truck. And the cab had it was running. And I immediately noticed it because we were thinking about, well, maybe we should go over there and ask that guy in the truck if he saw anything. Because he's parked right there looking at it. That could have been a complete setup. I've had credible death threats. I've had plenty of them. But I don't go do videos like Jim Sullivan, which it's very interesting how Jim tries to flip the script on everything. Him and Karen both. It's always flip the script. They're the victims. It's really weird. They're the victims from the whole thing at the Ark. They're the victims for people giving them lots of money and fixing up their property and taking care of all their bills, and then them throwing everybody out because they were caught being disingenuous. And then they took whatever monies that fixed their property, and no one even got sued. I let it all go. But they're the victims of a cult leader. The cult leader that came out and fixed up your property and gave you a lot of money to try and help other people. How were you injured? That's very strange. Now, here's the other thing. You see this license plate? Look at that. That's being held on there, it looks like, with zip ties. See it right here? I talked to a friend that's a trucker. He's like, that's not where you put your license plate. Has to be down on the bumper, he said. He said there's other reasons why you're not supposed to put it there, but without getting into all that, it's very strange because that truck was just sitting there idling, looking at my car. And it's like, is somebody in it? We felt like somebody was sitting in there just watching. All the lights were out in it. But, when 18-wheelers are moving like someone's there spending the night, it's making that noise like, someone's in it. We're thinking about going in like tap, tap, tap. But I had that, no, just leave that alone. But I had enough sense to photograph the truck. There's the alleged license plate. I would be really surprised if it's real at this point. I don't know. But then when I drove past it, I took a picture of it. And the friend of mine that's a trucker was enlarging this and looking at some of the inconsistencies that are associated with this vehicle. Anyway, so very interesting stuff going on. Very weird. Very, very strange. It's almost like several people may have been involved in trying to set me up and maybe try and murder Rich. That Jeff Petska admitted to gagging him, tying him up, putting a sock in his mouth, and y'all heard the horrible thing that he said was going to happen to him. To which, when I called Jeff and confronted him, he lied. And then when I pressured him and said, well, I've talked to Richard. Richard told me you tied him up. Did you tie him up? He said, yes. When I said, when he started saying, well, God said, I said, quit saying that crap. God doesn't tell you to tie people up and gag them. But I said, quit saying that, yes or no. And he said, yes, yes. What more does it take to go arrest this guy? It looks like their plan got foiled, doesn't it? And now Richard's out there terrified, not knowing, what's going on. And I'm the person trying to accumulate all the data and give it to everybody involved. And it hasn't been the easiest process. It's so crazy. Anyway, I would really appreciate the YouTube community. Go look at the Jeff Pesca stuff. Go look at any of the, go find out what you can find out on Facebook, what's going on. Does anybody know this guy? Does anybody have a relationship with this guy? And if so, fill us in. Or is this some part of a longer term, 6 months ago? Hey, let's set up this channel. Let's set up this. I know other people that are setting up weird channels that are saying a lot of stuff that's not true either. Very fascinating. Okay. Anyway, so now here's the thing. I want to leave this all up. This is all going to end up at the police department for sure, because I know that Richard is preparing everything he can do right now to give this to the police and give them an accurate representation of what was going on. That would shed light on a whole lot of stuff. Also, if the police department could find out if there's relationships between Jeff Pesca and other people that are around here in the peripheral, making videos and doing other weird stuff. Is there any relationships there? It's pretty fascinating. Okay, so we're trying to figure out all these little nuances, but this looks like it was a nefarious plot to do some serious evil. And I'm willing to share everything I have and show everything I have with you guys. I told a couple people I would not share their phone numbers. I gave them my word. And I also gave someone my word that I wouldn't play an hour-long audio recording I had with her. I wouldn't play it online for you guys. And I gave her my word as well. So some of that stuff, when I give somebody my word, I'm like, I gave you my word. And so we'll just leave that stuff off to the side and make it part of the record when it all goes to the police department. All right. So you guys pray for Richard. Keep Richard in your prayers. And hopefully pray for a quick resolution, that the Lord just sheds some light on what's going on here and we're able to see it. Isn't it fascinating? I've come to understand the Gene Revel channel all of a sudden is active, and he wants to be very accusatory. Isn't that fascinating? I notice all those other guys are the accusers all the time. Their channels, whether or not it's Jim, Kathy, Karen, they're always making accusatory statements. There's an old saying that a liar is someone that doesn't trust anybody else. When people make accusations all the time, it's kind of weird. Just saying, it is. All right. I love you guys in Christ. It's so crazy. Anyway, guys, keep Richard in prayer that he gets in front of the police and they are able to take everything they have and get a bird's eye view and figure out what's going on here completely. All right. And then here's the next thing. I'm going to be doing some videos in the next couple days that are biblical. I need to give you guys all the biblical revelation stuff that I have that has been got put on the back burner. I want you guys to have it. It's almost like all this stuff is eating up so much clock that I'm not able to give you so much information that's so important. And it's almost like they're trying to put a plug in it. I was watching some of Richard's video stuff. Richard's got some really well presented information. It's almost like there's this, this nefarious spiritual battle going on here to stop two people that are putting out the data that's very revealing and trying to maybe make it look like they're going to take out two people in a very nefarious kind of plot. It's very interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys will jump in and just look at all the data, listen to all the phone calls. We're putting it all there for you guys to do what you want with. And that way there's a public record. If anything happens to me or anybody else, it's all out there. All right. All right. I love you guys in Christ. I'm going to get to you guys tomorrow. Just like I said, we've got to dot some I's and cross some T's just to make sure there's not names and addresses or any of that kind of stuff. We don't want to get in trouble ourselves for doing it. We don't want to get anyone else in any, compromising situations. Okay. All right. Love you guys in Christ. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll be back tomorrow with some of the stuff that I normally do because, like I said, this is eating up a lot of clock. All right. God bless you guys.